In the headlines to the CBC NewsNight, an abandoned match, but spectators' spirits remain high at Kensington, including scores of school children. Barbados amounts several Caribbean countries to benefit from training to construct hurricane and earthquake-resistant housing. CXC makes a turnaround regarding its decision to suspend a number of subjects. And in sports, rain has the last say as England and Scotland share the points at Kensington Oval.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC NewsNight, starting now.
Hello and welcome to the CBC NewsNight. With the details, I'm Wendy Burke. There was a big buzz around Kensington Oval today as cricket fans, including scores of Barbadian school children, were out in their numbers to view the England versus Scotland game. And while the weather was not favourable, it did little to dampen the spirits of those at the Mecca. Rachel Agard was there and filed this report.
From as early as 9 a.m., visitors were dazzled by a cultural display on behalf of the National Cultural Foundation. And children of all ages had the opportunity to view cricket at the international level. But it was the students from Christchurch Foundation that had the biggest contingent. Principal Stephen Jackman says they were excited to support English fast bowler and former student Joffer Archer. He says after the announcement at Assembly yesterday, about 250 students signed up to attend the match.
Foundation is a cricketing school. It has a rich history of cricket. Joffer is just one of the people who have come through. So it's really exciting for the students to come out and see a product of their school, a premier fast bowler for England who's going to be on stage or on display today.
Chriselle Agard Jasper explains why she and her friends are back in England.
For me, it means a lot because, you get to come out with your friends and you don't really have a lot of outings because, you have to study about exams and what's not. So it's a really happy experience for me,
Meanwhile, teacher at Good Shepherd Primary School, Junior Richards, says it's a good experience for the students.
Honestly, I think it is a really good opportunity, at least for a World Cup game, for these children to actually come out and see, hey, people like England, Scotland, you name it. And I think a lot of them never been to cricket. And this is the first opportunity for them to see it in a big way.
And the fans were not to be left out as they too were out in their numbers. Australian James Doran says it's his first time visiting Barbados and he's backing underdogs Scotland.
I'll probably go to maybe 5-6 games. I'm here for 4 weeks. Yeah, so we're going to Guyana and we're also going to St. Lucia and I'm hoping to get to Trinidad and Tobago as well.
Nigel McLean says he's impressed with the service from the party stand and is looking forward to other matches.
Fantastic. It's like a lifetime dream for me, so this man's looked after me 1,000,000%. Do you know what I mean? I had a ticket for the grandstand. He come to me, sorted me out, took me on the ground, got a ticket for the party stand now, so I'm loving it.
And despite play being abandoned due to inclement weather, the school children's spirits remained high. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Vendors plying their trade at Kensington Oval have been hoping to take advantage of the heightened activity around the cricket. Some tell us over the weekend sales were slow, but they're hopeful going forward it will be better.
I'm hoping that today is better because England playing today, so I'm hoping for a big turnout and a lot of sales.
From here on, we should get good crowd. Don't forget England playing the neighbors, so it's like all English.
Probably when certain teams playing, things can pick up. But I prepare for today because England. Thumbs up.
Over at Oystons, tourists and locals visiting Bay Garden will soon be able to watch the ICC T20 World Cup matches being played at the famed Kensington Oval. According to chairman of the Oystons Bay Garden Inc., Kemar Harris, the first few matches played at the Oval were not shown there due to technical difficulties. However, Harris told us today the issues were in the process of being resolved.
We were supposed to be having the matches shown here on Sunday for the World Cup, as Oystons Bay Garden is one of the 3 fan zones. But due to unforeseen circumstances, and technical difficulties, we were unable to show the matches. However, that has now been rectified and we are able to have the matches seen. Oisins Bay Garden is ready for the patrons coming for the fan zone to watch, to patronize the vendors. We will have food and drink on sale, and the craft and the space is energized and ready for all to come.
Barbados is among 7 Caribbean countries to benefit from training on building houses that can withstand major hurricanes and earthquakes. This is according to Executive Director of the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CDEMA, Elizabeth Riley. Speaking during a press conference in St. Kitts and Nevis, she revealed the project is being supported by the Caribbean Development Bank and the Government of Norway.
We have an ongoing program which is going to provide training for building houses which can withstand Category 5 hurricane winds, as well as earthquakes up to 7 on the Richter scale. And we are going to be launching this training very soon, and St. Kitts and Nevis is one of the 7 participating states which will benefit from this training as well. So the training is going to be based on a new regional standard for the construction of residential homes, which CDEMA has partnered with the CARICOM Organization for Standards and Quality on, this is CrossQ, to develop, and also on an accompanying and revised CARICOM vocational qualification, which looks at construction site supervision.
And with 6 CDEMA participating states hosting Cricket World Cup matches this month, Ms. Riley says they've made arrangements in the event personnel and resources need to be deployed rapidly.
Our team has been active as well, supporting the work of the Health, Safety and Security Subcommittee in collaboration with Cricket West Indies, and we facilitated a number of fora for the planning by our National Emergency Management Coordinators, and also confirmed surge support arrangements for the state in the event. And of course, we don't want this to happen, but we believe in being prepared in the case we have to respond.
The Caribbean Examination Council has reversed its decision to suspend a number of subjects. The decision has come after a meeting today with ministers of education from across the region. The CXE says it will continue to offer syllabuses for Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination, Green Engineering, Electrical and Electronic Engineering Technology. Additionally, it will continue to offer Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, CSEC, in Agricultural Science, the Double Award, and Industrial Technology, the Mechanical Engineering option. Registrar and CEO Dr. Wayne Wesley made the announcement at a press conference. He says CXE is rolling out more modern technology and science syllabuses.
Some are not yet at the desired demand. Governments will work with CXE in a partnership in building demand for these new programs to enable their cost viability. 3, accordingly, today's deliberations with the Ministers of Education reinforced the need for a collective regional marketing thrust to promote the priority subject areas in STEM or STEAM education and climate-smart agriculture, which are considered critical for the economic growth and sustainable development of the region.
Coming up, more efforts to address water problems for local farmers. Workers at the Sunshine Early Stimulation Center withdrew their services today following a serious incident. The matter has led to the management of the school for children with special needs and the Barbados Workers Union engaging in a closed-door meeting. Deputy General Secretary of the Barbados Workers Union, Dwayne Paul, says the union is hoping following the talks, appropriate steps will be taken immediately to improve the security at the institution and to resolve other outstanding grievances.
These professionals behind us, it is killing them to be off the job. But they had no choice but to withdraw their services to have this matter ventilated in the best interest of themselves and their students. So I'm hopeful that, as I said, coming out of these discussions, that we've been able to reach what I considered a workable position going forward, but that will be dependent in terms of full resolution on the next steps coming, which involves the senior management of the institution and consultation with their principals.
Officials have not provided the full details of that incident. While describing the situation, which has happened numerous times before, as unfortunate, trustee at the school, Terence Howell, says management is committed to protecting students and staff.
There's to be more discussions, but truth be told, we will put whatever resources we have to secure not only the physical property, the staff, and the students. I think Dwayne said, and I must agree, that we have 64 very special students at the school.
Government is providing farmers with some much-needed relief from their water woes. It's being done through the near $5 million water augmentation program. An update on the progress so far has been provided by Agriculture Minister Indar Weir. Rachel Agard has this report.
Farmers having to rely on water tanks and water delivery for their crops will soon be a thing of the past. This is because the Ministry of Agriculture is pressing steadily ahead with the water augmentation program, utilizing the $4.6 million set aside in this year's budget. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security Indar Weir says work has already started in Spencer's Christchurch, Wakefield and Bath St. John, and Montpoyer St. Lucie.
Wakefield, we have completed the trenching of over 1 kilometer of pipe from the borehole at Lemon Arbor to Wakefield. And what they have to do now is to put in the pump house and then start the distribution network at Wakefield. And this work is expected to be finished by the end of June. The farmer district at Bath, we are working to divert. If you've gone to Codrington College, you will see a whole set of water coming down and going into the sea. And we are working at diverting that water now into a catchment area. And we are hoping to have this process completed in July of this year.
The minister says after the work is completed, farmers at Wakefield and Bath will be required to pay the current water rate of $1.88 per cubic meter, as they will be on the Barbados Water Authority system. Meanwhile, ongoing work at Montpoyer is set to be completed next month for those farmers to have access to irrigation water daily. Farmers using water tanks will be permitted to continue doing so in the event of a water outage.
And at Spencer's, we have made connections through the Barbados Water Authority for the farmers at Spencer's to have water through the Barbados Water Authority. And all of this is going to be completed by the end of June. And then we'll be able to place additional farmers at Spencer's and extend the water supply to all the farmers.
And Minister Weir is urging farmers to play their part when connections are completed. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Barbados is getting into the swing of Crop Over 2024 with the launch of the first tent for the season. It opened its doors at the auditorium of the Derek Smith School and Vocational Center last weekend.
Right here in the house of soca, I got met the ball party over.
High-soul artists of the C.O. Williams House of Soca Calypso tent are ready for the 2024 Crop Over season. This was made clear during the tent's opening night, when more than 20 artists delivered solid performances of this year's offerings. Tent manager Sharon Carew White says this year the tent will take Barbadians down memory lane as the country marks 50 years of Crop Over.
We have a topic where we say, I remember when. It's to take you back, let you look back and reflect on what 50 years of Calypso has been. House of Soca is the oldest Calypso tent. It's known for social commentating, and this year is no different. Lots of witty commentary, some a little risque, but once you can come into the House of Soca, you can see it, enjoy it, and actually have great fun.
2011 Calypso Monarch Popsicle, one of the crowd favorites, says he's pumped and ready for the season.
The song basically is about exploitation You see, I see a job, I want the job, I go for the job, but the pay ain't right, the treatment ain't right. So I had to talk about the man and how the man treat me. You understand? So this year that we'll be coming with fresh ideas, more input, the tack, the double entendre that I'm well known for.
So I went back to you.
Meanwhile, 2022 Calypso monarch Kwan says his song Mathematical Quandary gives Barbadians much to think about.
And it's essentially about math, really just things that aren't making sense to me in this current time. It's a witty song, my usual style, and certainly looking forward to performing it in the 10th and eventually at Pick of the Crop finals.
Former junior monarch Doyen is focusing on women in Kaiso this year with her song Judge Me on My Calypso.
So it's basically just saying like 50 years of Calypso, 2 females have ever won in 50 years. Like, that's a big deal, you know? So I'm trying to change that now. I still have to make it true.
Faith Calendar's 2 drinks brought the party spirit to members of the audience.
We celebrated 50 years of Crop Over. I'm very excited about that. 50 years and 50 days, we don't outside and we don't outside long. So I'm very honored, very happy to be a part of the festival, the season this year. I'm looking forward to seeing happy people having a grand time at all the fests, want to come out and enjoy themselves. Use this as a time of celebration because that's what it is. So really excited about that. Me personally, bringing the vibes for sure. I got a couple of releases out already.
And patrons were impressed with the performances.
I'm excited to be outside. The performances were wonderful, spectacular show. The crowd is excited and roaring to go for Crop Over.
The Calypsonians putting out some good music out there because you know how it is, we tend not to hold close to the social commentary, but once House of Soca continued like this year throughout the rest of the season, we should got at least 5 or 6 people representing House of Soca in the Calypso finals.
House of Soca is the first Calypso tent to open for the season. Sean Farrell, CBC News.
Sports Night, brought to you with the compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL.
Sports time now with Damien Bess. Well, Damien, it seems most of the action was at the Mecca.
Yeah, well, we wanted more action, Wendy. Good evening to you. There are 3 matches on in Group A. India battles Ireland in New York at 10:30 a.m. In Group C at Providence, Papua New Guinea versus Uganda at 7:30 p.m. And Australia plays Oman at 8:30 p.m. and that's at Kensington Oval. Live coverage will be on MCTV's ESPN channels and also on radio station 94.7 FM. Well, West Indies have named a 15-member test squad for the upcoming summer tour of England, which starts at Lord's on July 10th. There's no room for Akeem Jordan or Tejan Ryan Chandapol, while 23-year-old opening batsman Mikael Louis earns a maiden call-up for the 3-test Richards Botham series. Fast bowler Jaden Seals returns to the squad as well, and experienced all-rounder Jason Holder has been selected despite missing the current World Cup with an injury. 19-year-old fast bowler Isaiah Thorne will travel with the team as a development player. So the full team reads: Craig Brathwaite, the captain, Alzari Joseph, his vice, Alec Athanase, Joshua Da Silva, Holder, Kavim Hodge, Tevin Imlak, Shamar Joseph, Louis, Zachary McCaskey, Kirk McKenzie, Gudakesh Moti, Kemar Roach, Seals, and Kevin Sinclair. The West Indies are the current holders of the Richards Botham Trophy following the 1-0 home test series win in March of 2022.
The Business Report, brought to you by the Youth Entrepreneurship Scheme, a department of the Ministry of Youth and Community Empowerment, supporting young entrepreneurs from idea to enterprise.
In tonight's business, an initiative to showcase the work of young entrepreneurs has been launched as part of activities for the ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup. It's called the Emerging Entrepreneurs Broad Street Mall. It's a joint effort of the Youth Entrepreneurship Scheme, the Barbados Trust Fund Limited, Export Barbados, and the microfinance sectors. Trevor Thorpe has been following the developments as they unfolded.
The activity started with a street parade at the weekend, but the real action will begin on Saturday on the main street of the capital city. For the 4 Saturdays of June, Broad Street will become a mall as emerging entrepreneurs show off their talent and skills to local, regional and international visitors. It's the first time such an event has been set in the city. Manager of the Youth Entrepreneurship Scheme, Ryan Mosley, explains the thinking behind it.
This is a really great initiative. This is an opportunity for the entrepreneurs of Barbados to really step up their game, show that they really have world-class products. The fact that we are collaborating in the middle of Broad Street during the Cricket World Cup is a testament to how persons view our entrepreneurs. We just hope that persons will support them. We want the whole of Barbados to come out, support them, spend money. Don't just ask for samples, don't just look for free. We want you to support our entrepreneurs. This is their creative talents being put on show, and we want to take this industry, this micro business industry forward. The collaboration is great. All of the persons within the entrepreneurial ecosystem have come together and ensure that this would be a legacy event going forward, where we can take this to other parts of Barbados. We're even here taking it to the Caribbean, taking it worldwide. So we really hope that this would really galvanize the entrepreneurs, help them to lift their game so that their products would really see the test of time and that they would really benefit economically from this venture. So everything so far is great, and we're just expecting great things for the whole month of June.
General Manager of Barbados Trust Fund Limited, Jerry Amos, says it is an investment in the future and a significant moment for the partners behind the project.
We started with a press conference, which I felt very, very well. I must say, we came into the motorcade, again, a very exciting moment for us and the agencies in the microfinance sector. It was an extremely exciting day. We came along Broad Street, had a good response from the crowd, and I'm really looking forward for when this whole activity starts, because I know that Bristol is going to be a buzz of activities as persons come up from all corners of Barbados to support the micro entrepreneurs who will assemble in Broad Street from the 8th of June to the 29th of June. We're going to have a very good time. We're going to enjoy ourselves there. We're going to support the entrepreneurs, and we're going to see all the time that Barbados has to offer.
Senior Development Officer with Export Barbados BIDC, Nisha Holder, describes it as a great opportunity for young and emerging entrepreneurs.
I am so happy that we are putting this on for the entrepreneurs, and the entrepreneurs are going to have a chance to showcase the best of the best in Barbados on Broad Street each Saturday in town from the 8th until the 29th, and I'm just excited.
Maldives for the 4 Saturdays of this month will run from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Trevor Thorpe for the Yes Business Report.
Rihanna is expanding her business ventures. This time, she's launching her own brand of hair care products, Fenty Hair. Crystal Hoyt has more.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Barbadian superstar and national hero, the right excellent Robin Rihanna Fenty, is expanding her empire. The Grammy Award-winning singer and affluent businesswoman announced on Instagram today that she is launching Fenty Hair on June 13th. The new hair care line, according to her, will feature a range of products designed to strengthen and repair all types of hair. This latest addition to the Fenty brand comes after much success with Fenty Beauty, which recently expanded to the Asia market. Her Savage X Fenty fashion brand, which specializes in lingerie and loungewear, and her collaboration with Puma for a shoe line are just some of her business ventures. Fans have already responded positively to the announcement, though many are still waiting for the highly anticipated Fenty album. Crystal Hoyt, CBC News.
We say welcome back to Damien Best. What do you have for us in this segment?
Yeah, thanks so much, Bendy. We continue on with some football news. The Barbados Tridents football team is set to begin their FIFA World Cup qualifying campaign tomorrow against Curacao. The senior men's national head coach Kent Hall believes the squad is up for the challenge.
It's been going really well. There's a really strong positive vibe in the group. The players and staff have been collaborating in really constructive ways towards individual and collective improvement, solving football problems that we anticipated and some that we didn't necessarily see coming. I mentioned from the start how positive the attitude has been in training. That's only increased and improved since we've come here. and the intensity in training has been really good, and the quality is now improving session on session, and it's exciting to watch. And I think the players also are starting to see it and starting to believe as well that we can really get out there and compete and play well.
Yeah, finally, back to some cricket news. A brutal half-century from Ashley Nurse of the T10 Stars paved the way for a 12-run victory over Red Dragons in the final of the National Peace Programme Activate T10 Community Knockout Tournament. Playing at Boscobel over the weekend, player of the match Nurse hit 78 from 26 balls, inclusive of 4 fours and 9 sixes, as they posted 128 for 6 off their 10 overs. Dwayne Smith assisted with 28 runs, while Marlon Welcome Goodman took 3 for 23.
T10 Stars winning the toss and batting against Red Dragons in wet conditions. What a start. Ryshawn Williams bowled by Akeem McCullin for a duck. No runs on the board. This is hard-hitting opener Dwayne Smith now. Exquisite extra cover drive. 4 welcome runs. Next over, he was surgical as well, passing medical school with flying colours, beats cover and the deep point fielder coming around. His brother Kemar trying to use the long handle, only succeeds in giving the bowler Marlon Welcome Goodman catch in practice. The one-handed grab to add some spice. Kemar made 5, 23 for 2. His departure paved the way for Ashley Nurse, lifted out of the venue with disdain. Anything in his wheelhouse was meat and drink for Nurse. 6 more. He hit 9 maximums in his innings. This one ear dropped a few feet over the rope. It was party time for the spectators. Nurse giving them a treat, going at a strike rate of 300. No bowler was spared. Full toss and carnage. He would reach 50 in quick time. Out of this world batting display. T20 Stars on cloud 9. Well, they would be brought back down to earth. Smith holding his shape, but doesn't get the elevation. Ronaldo Kelman into his lap and taken. Wicket to Jatario Prescott. Dwayne made 28, 103 for 3, 2 overs to go. Nurse still licking his chops, strong off his legs, 6. And of course, the shot of the night, down on one knee. Welcome Goodman, taken to the cleaners. Nurse scoring 78 off 26 balls, then a healthy edge, signaling his demise, caught behind off Welcome Goodman, 127 for 4. Eventually, the T10 Stars would end on 128 for 6 off their 10 overs.
Well, in reply, Red Dragons fell short on 116 for 6 off their 10. Dario Cumberbatch took 3 for 14 and Calvin Patterson 2 for 20. Jatario Prescott made an unbeaten 53 from 21 balls, and Orlando Best added 22 in that losing effort.
Thanks for viewing. Do enjoy the rest of your evening.